Okay, here we go. I'll let everybody know what I'm doing once 1.5 people come on. That's about all the views I get. 1.5. Oh, I forgot something real quick. Two likes. Sorry, had to. Hey, Peter. $15 people. Hello, hello. So, today is head gasket on this. I picked this up on Facebook for $150. Pretty good deal. They're worth between $600 and $1,200 brand new. Or used, I mean. So, let's see, I gotta get the right tools here. I should have everything out that I need. Gotcha. Right there. First thing that comes off is this cover. 2 bolts in the front, 2 in the back. Turn my notifications down so you can't hear them because they're kind of loud. Blown head gasket on this mower. back, but I don't think I can get the camera down in there. Just 2 3/8 bolts. Most of the time they make the holes in the cover slide so you don't have to take the bolts clear out, but that's not the case on this one. So that'd save a bit of time. It's in pretty nice shape. Needs a few little things, but ain't nothing I can't fix. Can't hardly fit the wrench in between here because the fuel tank is right in the way. I got 5,500 views on my last live stream. Hopefully I get close to that, which I probably won't on this stream. Bolts won't come out. Everything's so oily on this thing because that head gasket's been getting oil everywhere. So it can hardly grip onto it. Almost out. There we go, finally. The air filter cover has to come off, or does it? I think so. The filter's a little dirty. So I'll replace that before I sell it. I pretty cheap off Amazon. I think I have the right head gasket. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that's a good idea, Peter. I have a microphone, but it won't work on my tablet. And they're usually pretty expensive. But I haven't looked at that kind of a microphone before, but I'll look into that and see what they're like and all about. Okay, the next thing I'm going to take off is the exhaust, which I'll try and get the camera down in there. I think you can see them. There's 2 bolts. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that app. I don't know if it's any good or not. There's 2 bolts there. Need an extension. Oh, that won't work on here. This should be something like 7:30 seconds, if I remember right. Too small. Three-eighths it is. That wasn't terribly tight, which is a good thing because I don't want them breaking off. Oh, that's nice. The exhaust pipe isn't welded onto the muffler, so I don't have to take the whole muffler out. Most are welded onto the muffler, and you gotta remove the whole thing. Okay, and that just slide out of there. Wow, there's quite a bit of carbon in there, but it's been burning a bunch of oil from that head gasket blowing. Yeah, it is. A lot of manufacturers don't, but some do. Next thing, intake. Let's see. Two bolts. It's kind of dirty. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. That one is stuck. Okay. Should have brought an impact out. Who are you talking to, Peter? Me? Only shows your comments on my end. There we go. Gonna make a bit of an oily mess, but I don't care. Okay, now guess the head comes off. Wow, that's leaking a lot of oil. Guess I better stuff a rag in there. Okay. Right there, the piston should be clear up. Let's take that off. I guess so. That's dumb. Yeah, I'll be fine down there. Put these bolts back in so I don't lose them. Hi. Oh. Only 2 bolts on the top. There's usually a third one. That's strange. bolts ain't really that tight. Usually these bolts are pretty hard to get out, but this time they're not. Can't see nothing down there. It's kind of a bad spot. There we go. I'm on one. Come on. Can't see nothing. There. I think I'm on the last one. Yep. Yep. Now I wish I would have brought an impact out, but I ain't gonna go back in. It'd be nice if we had a small door on the side of our garage that we could go in, but I have to go through the house because the big door is closed up at the front. Bolts are pretty long. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? Whether or not anybody likes it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick the extension and drill without an adapter. see once again. Okay, I should have them all out. There we go. Let's see. I think we got one bolt just barely hanging on. Okay, there's the push rods. Which I'm trying not to set this in the dirt. So I'll lid rack down. And we'll see if our gasket is blown. So I can get it off in one piece because I want to be able to see where it's blown. These engines are known for the head gaskets blowing. Kind of hard to get off in one piece, but I'm going to try my best. Let's see here. Right there. And let's see. Do I have the right gasket? Yes, I do. That is great. Throw that off to the side. In the yard where I'll mow over it and make a mess. Okay. Now comes the really not fun part of cleaning the gasket off. Piston looks good. Is there any piston rock? There's a tiny bit, but not enough to worry about. How much oil this thing is burning, I can't believe there's only a little coating of carbon. Hey! Can't believe you made it, cowboy hat. I didn't know if we were ever going to come back to my channel or not. about ready to think you disappeared. You can see right there where it blew and been pushing oil over into the cylinder. Try to be careful not to gouge the surface of the aluminum, because aluminum is very soft and you want it to be as smooth as it can be. You're supposed to use a good sharp razor blade. I've only used this one a couple times, so it's still pretty sharp. The drill is over there. One thing that really helps are these little, can you see that? Yeah, these little Scotch-Brite pads that go on a drill or something like that. Hands are oily, so I can't grip on nothing too good. See where these little pins come out? Yeah, those are the alignment pins for the head. Usually those are pretty stuck in there, but those ain't. Let's see. Back the camera up a little bit. I think it's gonna come around the other side. I think I'm gonna try and scrape off a bit more so that way I'm not using this aggressive pad so much. I don't know if it'll remove any aluminum or not, and I don't want that. Oh, I apologize. I couldn't see. Or you couldn't see. Okay. I think that's probably clean enough. I mean, You want as much off as you can get, but we're also not eating off of this. I think that's just kind of staining there and there. I might run over again with the drill just to get off as much junk as I can. Oh, wow. Okay. I never knew that. I think I got it pretty clean now. That's just staining around there. I guess I don't have nothing to sit on to do the head or anything to work on because I'm outside. I haven't taken a look at the head yet on the underside. There's little keepers there on the valve springs, so you don't want to lose those because they're very important. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's see. I don't have a table or anything. Trying to think of something to figure out here. Some kind of a weird button. Well, what's going on? Oh, I hit some kind of a stupid button they put there. Let's see. I don't know of any tables that. The little lift table is full of a bunch of junk. I don't pick nothing up. I don't know. Can't really. I got tools all over the mower, so can't work with that. I do have the right head gasket. That's kind of what it looks like. Well, I might come back to this a different day because the garage is full right now of stuff, so can't really go in there. I was hoping to be able to use this thing today, but sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to. No, I might have an idea. I'll be back in a couple minutes. I'm back. I'm back. Don't worry. Told you it wasn't going to be very long. Yeah, it is. It is sure nice when you don't have to go and buy something. Let's see, I want to show the license plate on pickup. Highlight, let's see. I know there's only 6.5 people watching, but you don't want to take any chances. There we go. I kind of forgot about the pickup bed. Garage is full. Something wrong?
Is that on?
Yeah.
Am I not supposed to talk?
I did. Can't see the screen in the sun. Let's see, is that all the higher my camera goes? I thought it went a lot higher than that. Ah, there we go. Got a little more length. Oh, I'm stepping on the leg. Let's see. I think that's a good view there. Put a rag down so I don't get everything all dirty on here, even though this thing needs to be washed, but it's easier. Let's see. I think that is a perfect view. I can't really tell because of the sun. I think these are all the same length. Or at least they should be, or most of the time are. If I ain't reading your comments, I can't see them in the sun. So I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure these bolts are all the same. I do need to get a microphone. That way I don't have to yell into the camera and you can hear a bit better. So far, those are all the same. It's usually the bottom ones that can be different. And so far, all the same. 90% of the time they are, but it never hurts to just check. Because then I don't want to be trying to figure that out, putting it together. Yep, they're all the same. I figured they would be. But, you know, no hurt to check. Okay, got all those off to the side. Here, move that like that. And then I think you can see a bit better like that. Well, the reason why is because you can. I've even done it before with this vehicle. You can go to a website, and I'm not going to name it, and search it in, and then it tells where you live, what the vehicle is, and just I don't want to take any chances of somebody doing that. But, I know there is only 6.5 people watching, but that's all it takes for that one weirdo to do something. Seems to be scratching on that weird. Yeah, I know, Peter, but why make it easier, You can find somebody just on a picture of their trees, but, I ain't too worried about it. Tell me if you can see this okay, Peter, because I can't make out the screen in the sun. I know you'll tell me. Can just barely see the comments. Yeah, I know, but I ain't gonna make it easier for him. Okay. I think I'll come around here. Make it easier. That always happens. Tries to grab up the rag. Yeah, it is. Well, what happened? Well, the little doohickey thing fell off of the drill. I don't know where it went. Maybe that's why it wasn't cleaning no good. Well, where'd that go? That's weird. It's probably right here in front of my eyes, and I just ain't seeing it. Oh, stuck in the rack. I kind of wanted to get a GoPro and get one of the attachments that you can put on your head or whatever, so you don't have to walk around this camera stand. But GoPros are like $300-400, and I don't know how much the stands are, and that 300-400 is for like their cheapest basic model, so that's quite a bit of money for a little camera. And it's kind of weird because a whole tablet, which is what I'm streaming off of, costs less than that dinky little camera, and it's a itty bitty little camera for $300-400. think that's pretty clean for the gasket surface. Yeah, I thought about doing something like that. But you're right, it ain't worth several $100s, that's for sure. The one grass brush is missing, but well, I don't think it's missing, but it's in the garage somewhere. I'd used it and then put it back in the box. If I was doing YouTube for a living and I was making a living off of YouTube, I would absolutely get one. But, I'm just kind of doing this for the fun of it, really. I'm not trying to make money. But hey, if I do, that's it. Wow, that carbon is caked on there. Need to scratch it off of there with a. Where is that carbon? I think that's the valve. Why does it look like that? That's terrible. It's supposed to be smooth like that. That's strange. At least I think that's the valve. Yeah, that's metal or aluminum. I'm scratching at. That's strange. I've never seen that. It might be pitted or something. Huh. I've always used a wire and ain't never had trouble. But I'm not a professional. Yeah, exactly. If it does good enough, then that's all I need. It was a softer wire or a softer brass, and didn't push too hard, but I can see what you mean by that. It can cause some issues if you push hard. I guess I should use something a little bit less abrasive, like a Scotch-Brite pad or something. Yeah, you kind of feel that. Well, that's cleaning up pretty nice. I ain't gonna do nothing with the valves, I don't think. I was thinking about lapping them, but the thing didn't seem to have any issues. Trying to get all the junk out of the push rod chamber. Well, I'm not gonna do that until I get the gasket material off of the valve cover side, because I bet more junk will just fall down in. What would really be nice is a parts washer, but we don't have the room for that, and they're expensive. But after so many cans of brake cleaner, we could have already had a parts washer. Gotta be careful, these machined edges are pretty sharp. I've cut myself pretty good on them before. Doesn't feel too good, that's for sure. Sorry, I hit the camera. Somebody's been in here before, because these come out of the factory with a paper gasket and not RTV. So somebody did something. And I'm going to use RTV again because I ain't got no gaskets. I need to get some. Because when you have to do your valves, it's hard to clean this off and it makes a big mess. But RTV does seal better. I will say that. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Scratch with, and it scratches from the. Yeah, that might work. If they ain't broke, don't fix them. Yep, that's true. Hang on, is my tablet? Ooh, my tablet's getting pretty warm. I don't want any kind of issues. Yeah, parts washers can introduce junk because you're cleaning off junk and it gets into the fluid and then just spreads it around. If it's something that you can wipe out afterwards, but you can't really get down in there if junk gets in the intake or something. We might not be able to stream all of this because now's the time of day that the sun is out everywhere, so early afternoon, and I don't want my tablet to get damaged. I'll go a little bit longer. And really, the rest of it is just doing what I already did, just in reverse, and then a little bit more cleaning. Try and wipe some of this junk off of here. One thing I found that really helps with this stuff is a gentle wire brush on a Dremel on the lowest setting, and that doesn't scratch the surface. I've tried it on a junk head, and it didn't scratch the surface, but it took the that RTV crap off of there, because that stuff is glued on there. That is if you do it right. As long as you're using light pressure. And this is a super soft brush too. It's not, real stiff wire brush. Let's see, do I have the right adapter? Yes, I do. Okay. Good. This here's a little Chinese Dremel I got off Amazon. Not the strongest, but hey, it gets the job done. You can see it doesn't damage the surface, but it takes that junk off of there. There's a bit of a breeze, so it might kind of move my tablet a little. It is a nice day today. Let's see what. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Yeah, I can see the parts washer thing. But you do need to clean off this gasket, because that can create uneven surfaces and then it won't seal correctly. And these things are known for these valve covers leaking anyway, so you want that surface to be pretty clean. I think this Dremel with a bunch of adapters and stuff off Amazon was either $12 or $20, and then I got a box of cheap little brushes to go with it, and that was $10 or $12. Pretty good deal. I've had it for several years now. It's held up good. I've used it quite a bit. They can be really handy with this stuff. Is it as nice as the Dremel brand? No, but hey, they're expensive, and this gets the job done. That's all I care about. This rock keeps getting in the way. A lot of people think that you shouldn't use carburetor cleaner on carburetors, but I've never had a problem with that, and I've cleaned dozens and dozens of carburetors. I've cleaned the same carburetors over and over. They were so dirty and never had an issue. You might not want to use brake cleaner on a carburetor, but just because brake cleaner is sometimes a little bit stronger. Let's see comments here. Yep. No. No, I'm not a professional. I'm a backyard mechanic. Okay, that's cleaned up. Yeah, I have a bit of experience, but I don't have a shop or nothing. I might one day though. It's always something that I've enjoyed doing. Yeah, somebody took a chunk out of that. That's not good. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop streaming because right now everything is pretty much full sun and my tablet don't like it. And now it's just a little bit more cleaning and put it back together. Seven likes, that's not bad. Yeah, I probably could be. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for this time. I have some other stuff that I'll be doing here soon. So you'll see me around. Oh, wow. I've rebuilt lots and lots of engines. Somebody's talking. Oh. Huh? Well, I'm gonna go now. Alright, see you later. Hang on, I gotta get into the shade because I can't see the stop button.